This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there, live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world. I'm Dan Marotti, along with
Mr. USA WWE 2006 Hall of Famer.
Tony. It has been an interesting time in the world over the past few months. We have coronavirus, we have protests, we have riots, and here we are trying to get out of Massachusetts with your fine t-shirt up here at Atlas Estates in Auburn, Maine. The studio didn't want us. They won't let us back to do productions, so we hustled a little equipment and we came up to Maine, and we're happy to be here.
Well, I think the reason the studio won't let me in because of my Irish blood.
Is that why it is?
That's what it is.
Well, you know, they don't like the Irish in Boston, that's for sure.
Oh, they got to stop that. I love the Irish.
All right, Tony, we have so many questions, so many topics to catch up on. The fans have been going nuts. Almost 54,000 of them on our Twitter at MWF Project X. They always want to know what the legend, what the Hall of Famer thinks. Tony, if you missed it, Linda Hogan was in the news, the ex-wife of Hulk Hogan. She tweeted away, "Watching the looting, it's all Afro-Americans. Not sure how robbing and stealing set the record straight, but if they want to be heard, they have to be civilized." Now, in response to that, Tony Khan, who runs the AEW wrestling promotion, put out on Twitter, "You've now joined your husband in being banned from all AEW shows. Congratulations." Tony, what do you think about Linda Hogan's remarks, as well as Tony Khan of AEW banning Linda Hogan?
I think they should.
You think Linda Hogan should be banned from
Yeah,
AEW?
because everybody that got 2 cents worth of brain and is not blind. Now, the only person that probably didn't see this was Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
He probably the only person that didn't see this. I sit and watch TV all the time.
You do. You're very up to date with the news.
I'm always up there. This is not just black people out there marching. It wasn't black people out there looting. I see a lot of people looting of all races. I see a lot of people marching of all races. Mm-hmm. Some people see what they want to see. Linda Hogan, she only see what the black protesters is doing. She don't see what the white protesters doing. I sat and watched a bunch of white guys set a fire in front of the White House.
Yeah?
Linda Hogan didn't see that, did she?
I guess it depends
and
on the channel.
She did not see that because it wasn't, she didn't want to see that. This protesting is not white, it's not black. There's a bunch of kids that want us to live up to what we've been preaching to them all along. We tell the kids, we should do this, you should do that. Then they watch an authoritarian figure. And it didn't start with just that policeman even stop and think about it. I mean, I used to love Bill Cosby. And all of a sudden I found out that what I was looking up to is not the man that I thought he was. And you look at all the people that have went down that have been charged with child molestation, like Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson. And I don't know if it's true or not, but he was charged with child molestation. He wasn't convicted of it. He was still charged of it.
The song "Just Beat It" is probably wrong.
But that's the whole point.
None of that.
Well, you take these young people out there that Linda, old bat. What she's an old bat. I don't like what she did to my friend. I love Hogan. You know, where would she been without Hogan? Everything she got from because she went to bed with Hogan.
And still keeps his fictitious
last
name.
She took the man's house and everything and fooled around with somebody else. So that's why we can't throw stones out there. But she told the truth. All she saw was blacks. She didn't see the white kids. It was like they was invisible to her. You understand what I'm saying? You see what you want to see. You can show 10 people one picture. One person see one thing, another person see another thing. We only see what we want to see. What I saw outside of the looting, I saw America coming together as a unit. Because I saw white kids, I saw Spanish kids, I saw Oriental kids, I saw black kids, I saw a mixed variety of people.
A spirit of unity.
That's right.
Unity.
Unity. If you turn your TV on now and you tell me all you see is black people, you blind, or you don't want to see nothing else.
You think
You know?
Linda Hogan had an agenda?
Of course.
What was her agenda?
I don't think she know anybody black.
You don't think she knows any black people? Really?
Nope.
No, I don't know if I've
I
ever
don't
seen
think-
her
I don't
photographed
think,
with
I don't
another
think
black
Linda
person.
Hogan know anybody black. I don't think any black person, like I don't know a person, but I don't think any black person ever been over her house, and I don't think she had ever invited anything black into her house.
Did you ever meet Linda?
I met her before she became Mrs. Hogan. She
Oh,
had
really?
I was living in Los Angeles, and Huck used to come to Gold Gym in Santa Monica, and both of us, Linda Hogan and myself, we had 1980 Corvette. Mine was white, her was red. That's what I remember about Linda Hogan, is that we had the same type of automobile. But when I talk to people in Maine, it's hard for them to understand me because they white.
It's hard for anyone to understand you.
Well,
That's
because
a
they
different
white.
story for a different time.
Well, it's the same thing if somebody from Maine would go to Harlem and try to express that same view to a black person.
Yeah.
Your environment dictate your belief. Just like most people say, well, all cops are not bad. Well, that's because they live in a neighborhood where the cops are nice. The cops don't have to be mean in their neighborhood. In fact, they try very hard not to be mean in Beverly Hills. They're not going to have the same feeling in Watts. And you're not going to sing good cops to Watts.
Right.
So these black neighborhoods, they were saying the trouble cop, because they don't want that cop, the one we saw on TV, in the good neighborhood, doing it to good people. Because now the good people, they don't fight by protesting.
Yeah.
They fight with lawyers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They sue the freaking city. They don't fight with signs. They fight with warrants. They fight with lawsuits. They fight with cash. So they got to be, they tippy-toe. Prime example, O.J. Simpson beat up his wife 8 times. Cops came 8 times. O.J. drove away. Because we're not the color of O.J.'s skin. It was,
The zip code?
no,
No.
you're right.
I'm right.
I'm sorry.
All right.
His zip code. You're exactly right. If that same guy beat up his wife living in Watts, they would have knocked his ass out, drug him in the car, and threw him in jail. And that's what is happening in a lot of these neighborhoods. They put these guys in these bad neighborhoods that they refuse to put anything in. I've been a wrestler since almost 50 years.
Yeah.
Name in the 5 boroughs of New York, name one place that the WWE had never ran a show. Never.
Harlem?
Harlem.
Yeah, I'm on a roll today, Tony. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I can't think of
Nothing-
I'm not saying that's accurate, but I can't think of one.
You are accurate. You are exactly right. You can look it up yourself. You will never see anything about WWE in Harlem. Never. Not WWF, WWF. They went to Brooklyn. They've been to Queens. They've been to Long Island. They've been to Manhattan. They've been to every borough. Nothing goes to the black neighborhood. If you black, you always have to leave your neighborhood and go into a white neighborhood in order to get anything. No businesses go there. You get franchises that will open up shops there. You know, mainly you go to any black neighborhood, the majority of the business in black neighborhoods are liquor stores.
Well, good point. Yeah.
Every other
Yeah.
business in a black neighborhood is a
Small
liquor store.
package stores. Yeah.
Small package store. We give them alcohol, nothing else. They don't bring opportunities. That's why I came to Maine.
I thought you came to Maine. Well, you wound up
Because
in
there
Maine
was
because
no,
you were homeless.
because I came to Maine, and I stayed in Maine because there's no black people here.
You like that?
I feel safe.
Really?
The reason that I feel safe, my neighbor here, he's white. My neighbor here, he's white. My neighbor there, he's white. If anything happened in this neighborhood, the cops gonna be here to stop it. If my neighbor was over here was black, my neighbor there was black, my neighbor there was black, something happened, you're on your own.
Really?
We all know that.
This is an education for me too. Looking at it from your point of view.
Think about
Tony.
this fan. 3,000 murders in Chicago, not one arrest. There's cameras everywhere. We could find Saddam Hussein in a freaking hole in Iraq. We could find Osama bin Laden in the Middle East, way out in the middle of the freaking desert. But we can't find nobody responsible for a murder right here in our own country. And 9 times out of 10, the police neighborhood is right down the damn street.
Chicago's had it rough.
The reason blacks are so much against policemen, they do not feel that they is under the same protection as a white person is.
Do you think the solution is maybe more African American police?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
What would the solution be?
See, once you start making it into a color thing, you're never going to get the solution to it. Because I live here in Maine, and I got a lot of buddies that got some pretty bad. When I first came here, there was a guy, he was a veteran, Army veteran. It was in Brunswick, Maine. He was in a wheelchair. He was paralyzed from the waist down. He was having a meltdown. He pulled out a butcher knife and started to stab himself. How did the cops stop him from stabbing himself?
Shot him.
Yes, and he's white.
And I don't know the story. That was just an educated guess.
And he's white. I saw a 75-year-old man get pushed to the ground and stepped over. And he was white by a policeman. See, the problem with the police department is that they look at themselves now as not part of the community. When I grew up, we had what we call neighborhood policemen.
Quincy Rustani does that in Stoneham.
In the olden days.
Well, he does it now. He never got out of the olden
But
days.
once they took the policemen out of the neighborhood and put them in the police cars, they don't know the guy they pulling over. They don't know that he's a minister. They don't know he's a good guy. And that's why people is always so angry, because the people that is getting killed are not criminals. This kid was out jogging.
That one is the one that gets
He
me.
was out jogging, but
down in
because
Georgia.
because the policemen and the guy that did the shooting were not familiar with blacks. They know no black people. They know nobody black.
Just what a ridiculous story.
That's probably the first time that they ever came in contact with a black person. And they didn't know how to react to it. They were thinking about, they gotta be bad, he's black, he gotta be bad.
Just going for a
He
jog.
gotta be, but he's a black man running. A black man running. Okay? To most whites, he's up to something. He's running. Why is this black guy running? Because we don't know each other. But the reason we see the protest the way it is now, them kids, they know each other. They go to school together. They grew up together. They don't have the same animosity as we do. Everybody in America over the age of 50 has some type of racism in it. Anybody over 50 say that they're not racist is lying to themselves. We was raised separately. We always, even in wrestling. Dan, remember this? Every heel, if you're from Japan, you was a heel.
Automatic heel.
Automatic heel. You're from Germany, you're
Automatic
a heel.
heel.
You're Russian. Because we always needed that enemy.
Yep.
We always needed that enemy to make ourselves feel better. So the person could be the Nikolai Volkov, with the nicest freaking guy you ever
Joe
want to
is a good guy.
The Aaron Sheet is lovable.
Cosgrove Vaziri.
Cosgrove, you want to take
Love
him home.
Cosgrove. Well,
you want to, yeah, but
I don't know about that.
That's a little,
I had too many experiences with the Sheik in not only several states, but a couple of countries.
Yeah, but you
don't
love
want
You know what I'm saying? Because you got
when
to
he wasn't
know,
as high as a kite,
Right.
yeah, he was enjoyable.
Yeah, but when somebody come to me and start talking about Iranian people, I say, wait a minute, I know
We
one.
know Cosgrove. Yep.
Hey, they all not like that. Somebody come to me and say about white people, I say one of the closest people in the wrestling business to me is a white hillbilly by the name of Tommy Wildfire Rich. I never, there's nobody in wrestling I love more than Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Jim
Everybody
Barnett
knows
loved
that.
him too.
No, that ain't true.
All right.
But you see what I'm trying to say? I did not got to know white people until I got into wrestling.
The only white people you knew were your relatives.
On my father's side.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't have no white friends. I didn't hang out with them. I
Were
didn't
there
go
any
nowhere.
white kids in school? No?
No, it was segregated.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't desegregate until the 70s. But I didn't know anybody white. So with these policemen, they don't know the neighborhood. They know nobody in the neighborhood. They don't know these people. And once they got rid of community policing, that was the end of everything. See, the thing about Maine that would make Maine such a safe place to me, we know each other. I know these policemen. They know me.
You're friendly with them.
Well, they know me. You don't have to be. They know my character. They know what I would do.
They know you're a good man.
They know me. Whether I'm good or bad, they know me. I know them. That cop didn't know that guy. That guy didn't know that cop. You got policemen that come from rich, middle-class community into the ghettos. Mm-hmm. And they don't know the style or the perception of people. Like when I was in Puerto Rico, people in Puerto Rico talk real loud. Now, I went to an Italian house one day. Italian, you're Italian, right?
There's a lot of Italians.
I thought they wanted to kill each other. The way they talk to each other.
That was probably a good day.
Yeah, what I mean, you know, I was sitting there like this. I said, they said, oh no, you know. Now
Very
you
loud.
eat that Monza. I said,
Yep.
Oh shit, I'm eating. I'm
Story of
pissing
my
her
life.
off. Yeah, I thought I was pissing
You're
the
going to
lady
be
off.
abused if you don't eat it. Yeah.
Yes, you know, she go Monza. Okay. Because I didn't know Italian people. That time I met Mario Savoni, Thomas Savoni, Bruno Sammartino, Savio, what was his name?
Savio?
No, he was Italian. He lived. He passed away now. But Baloma, Savio Baloma.
Oh, Salvatore Baloma.
Salvatore
Yep.
Baloma. Tom Brandon, the Patriot. So now I know a lot.
Me?
Of good. Yeah, I know a lot
of
good.
Italians.
Yeah, and I know because of wrestling, I got to know other races. Where if I had never got in the world of wrestling, I would only know black people.
You know, Tony, that's a great point. I mean, I love the diversity in professional wrestling.
That's
If you
it.
Just look at the roster we had.
We don't have racial
in
problems
the
in
Millennium
wrestling.
Wrestling Federation. Just on our show
Yeah.
back in December, we had white, we had African American,
That's right.
we had Samoan,
That's right.
we had
right.
Puerto Rican, I believe.
That's right.
I mean, that's just on one event with about 20 different people.
That's
That is
right.
almost a united nation
That's right.
of cultures, all in one venue in one night, in one locker room.
You know, being in Virginia where I was raised up at, how in the world I would have ever known anybody that came directly from Iran, or somebody that came directly from Germany, or somebody that came directly from them countries.
Yeah.
I learned about the world through those that had lived there. And like Conduct Bill, you say wrestling is a paid trip around the world.
Yeah.
And we got, when you sat in the dressing room, everybody in the dressing room in my day, and still is today, they all come from different backgrounds and different places. There's a lot of my friends, I listen to them talk, and I know they're not racist, but they sound like they are. They can't understand black people. They never live around in it. Mm-hmm. They only could go by, a person could only talk on their experience.
Sure.
Most of my friends up here, when I tell them stuff, oh wow. I mean, did they stop and listen to me like, this is today? This happening today? You know?
Yeah.
That's why they were so
It's a different
shocked.
world to them.
That's why they were so shocked when they saw that murder on TV. They didn't really believe that
it would happen.
because they know policemen in their neighborhood. They know the policemen in their neighborhood. They know them being law-abiding guy. So it's hard for them to picture
It's a good point.
a policeman doing a criminal act, especially that type of act. They didn't expect that. It's kind of like if you go to church and you pray in church, and all of a sudden, the guy that's telling you to serve God, do right, follow the law of God, you see him drunk, smoking a joint, coming out of a whorehouse with his zipper down. All of a sudden,
On a good day.
yeah, all of a sudden, it don't mean, you know, it's like people jump on Bill Clinton for cheating on his wife.
A little fellatio.
Where there's men that cheat on their wife every day, but they don't get demoralized. But he was the president. That's what made it so bad. Even going back to the OJ thing, some guy killed 3 people would not have got that much publicity. But he was OJ. He was looked up upon.
The
and
juice.
for so many, and what is making it hard for our young people, everything that they believed in, everything they looked up to, they have no role models. When they look up to somebody, they always disappointed. I'm just as guilty as anybody else, because there was a lot of people look up at me as being Mr. USA. And one time, I got to tell this story. The poor guy is not here now. His name was Arthur Palmer.
Arthur Palmer.
Arthur was his name.
Arthur?
Like Arthur, kind of like the Samoan.
Arthur and Sika
Yeah,
type
yeah,
Arthur?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, Arthur Palmer. His last name was Palmer. He's a
Arthur
black
Palmer,
guy. He's a
okay.
black. He's real black. He's about as black can be.
He's not one of those pretend ones, I
Anyway,
guess.
we was in a crack house one day. We was in a
This'll
crack.
be good.
We was in a crack house one day, and this was during the days when I was involved with drugs. And a guy offered me a hit on his crack pipe. And Arthur sat there and watched me. Now, he's an addict.
Yeah.
He's an addict now. He's a dealer. He was a bad guy. He watched me take that one puff on that pipe. He started crying.
Why is that, Tony?
He said, Tony, you was one of my last hero to look up to.
Wow.
You left me nothing now to look up to.
Even though he brought you to the crack house.
No, he didn't bring me there. He was there.
Oh, he was there already.
He,
All
he
right.
was there. He was there, and he saw me. I came with a white guy.
How many times can someone say in their life they know not one but 2 people named Arthur?
Yeah.
You know, interesting world.
But
All right.
my
All
point
right.
is, the young kids today, think about how many heroes, how many black people was hurt that looked up to Hulkamania.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's not their hero no more. See, in the olden days, John Wayne was our hero. He didn't disappoint us. Elvis died American hero. He didn't disappoint us now. Who can these kids look up to in today's time? Everybody that they follow, let them down.
Good point.
They all let them down. When you hear about this singer is a child molester, you hear about this actor is a woman beater, you hear about this actor is a rapist.
You hear about Joe Biden's fingers.
Well,
His penetrating fingers
well, see, Dad, you making light
of Joe's fingers.
you making light
Penetration.
of pain of young people.
Joe Biden's fingers hurt young people. How is that, Tony?
Because these people are hurting. They in pain. I never make light of another man's suffering. I don't. I just can't make light of of so many suffering young people that feel that they would never have an American dream.
I think John
It was
Cena has
easy.
been a good
It was
representation
easy.
of that for kids.
It was
from a wrestling
easy.
point of view.
But see, it was easy for us, even in wrestling. You know, you was just sitting there talking about what the young wrestlers are going to do.
Yeah.
In my day, there would be not one wrestler working making less than $50,000 a year. There would be no
You get a
wrestler.
phone call, Tony.
There would be no wrestler unemployed unless it's my wife. It's my wife. Hi, Sugar Pie.
Hi. I'm calling for Monika. She couldn't find the number.
Oh, okay. Put her on the phone.
All right.
Bye, sugar pie.
Now, ain't that something, people? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? I thought I told my wife I go, hi, Sugar Pie. A guy answer the phone.
Well, wouldn't be the first time, I guess.
We know each other.
Honey, I'm doing some taping now for Boston Wrestling.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah. You want me to call you back? Well, how long you gonna be there?
We can take a little break after this episode if you want. Tony.
Yeah. We're doing an interview now. How you doing?
Well, I tell you one thing, besides that we've been eating and sleeping, I know you wish you could do that too.
No, I slept good last night, Sugar. Did you eat your lunch yet?
Nobody had breakfast.
You had lunch too, honey. That was not breakfast. That was lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You just had your lunch
Hungry,
because when I told,
I'm not hungry.
huh?
I must eat something. not hungry.
Well, that's why you're not home. You ate.
That's fine.
Yeah. So
I
you
like the doggy. Give me more.
and you think I'm out there.
Yeah.
Now you see why I love this woman. Oh, she laughs at everything. Nothing bother her. So, honey, I have to call you back, but make sure you leave the phone where you can reach it, okay?
Okay, yes.
And I'm gonna tell you something else too, all right?
Yeah.
I'm very, very proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
No, I'm proud of you for being able to call me. See? Remember I told you, if you forget the number or you forget how to do it, you ask somebody to help you, right?
Oh yeah,
So you succeeded again, see? You got what you wanted.
I did, yeah.
Yes, you did. That's why I love you. You just keep on improving. I love you with everything in me. You hear me?
What did you eat?
What?
You.
You know what she said?
Well, I didn't hear the last
She
part.
said, "What did you eat today to make you think so? Think like
Billy had
that?"
some good duck.
Yeah. She always like picking on me. But honey, I have to do this. Remember I told the people from Boston wrestling going to come up here to tape me. So right now we taping, okay?
Okay.
And
good luck.
well, thank you. But I will call you.
Break no leg. Okay, don't break a leg.
Would you? Well, I see you in a good mood today.
I am. Yeah, I had a good breakfast.
Well, that's good, honey. That is so good. But I promise you, I will call you back, okay?
Okay.
Now don't you worry too much about me, okay?
No, I want.
Okay, sugar pie.
Older than I am.
I-
can't do that.
You just keep that phone close to you so when I do call you can get it, okay?
Okay.
Are you in bed now or they got you in your chair?
No, I'm in that with the table in front of me.
Beautiful, beautiful. But if they move the table, do not let them put that phone on the back table, okay?
Yeah, okay.
You watch that phone when they come in to move your eating table because they will move that phone wherever I call you back, then you're not going to be able to get it. So you have to make sure you think about, they don't move.
Yeah, it's right next to me.
Okay, when they come in to move the table, sugar, tell them to leave the phone close by.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise I hate them.
What?
I hate them with
She said she's going to hit them if they move a phone. Well, don't hit nobody, okay?
Why not?
Sugar, I got to go, okay?
Bye-bye, Monica.
Okay, bye.
Bye, sugar. Say bye to Dad.
Monica, I can't wait to be able to come and see you and bring you some flowers whenever they get life moving over there.
Okay, thank you. I like it.
All right, good. Well, we'll get your favorite color. We'll ask Tony.
Monica, he got hairy legs.
I shave it for him.
Honey, I'll talk to you later. I got to finish this taping, okay?
Okay,
All right, sugar. All right, I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
Break the leg.
No, I ain't going to do that.
No, okay.
Okay, sugar pie. I'll talk to you later, baby girl.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, you never know what to expect here in the world of Boston wrestling sports, Tony. No matter what we're talking about, sometimes the topics and sometimes even the run-ins. I remember we had Rocky Johnson's wife join us one time on your cell phone. Tonight, Monika. But back to the story at hand, Tony. I have a lot of respect for Tony Khan of AEW. Anyone, no matter how much money you have, to take the time and energy to try and create a national wrestling promotion, get on TNT after having less than a handful of live events, is an extreme success, never mind what they've done with television ratings and TNT extending them several years with guaranteed money. Do you think Tony Khan took the right approach in even responding to Linda Hogan?
Yes.
You do. Why is that?
Well, because a lot of people see the world in black and are white.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, my opinion of Linda Hogan, she got no black friends. She don't hang around black people. She don't go around. She may bump into them at the grocery store or bump into them, on her every day.
Well, the daughter was bumping into them. That's what led to Hulk's problem.
Yeah, but see, but what I'm saying, she got no black friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of black people ain't got no white friends. See, a friend, you call a person your friend. But in reality, they're not your friend, they're your associates. And associate is a person you meet, you say hi, you're nice to them when you see them. When you don't see them, you don't think about them. When you have your weekly picnic, you don't think about inviting them. You have your Christmas party, you don't think about inviting them because they're not your friend, they're your associates. So she probably got a lot of black associates, but she don't have any black friends. You, I consider my partner in crime, but also I could consider you as being a friend because my mother said a friend in need is a friend indeed.
Anyone can be your friend when things are going good.
We're going good, and when the shit hit the fan, you find out who your friend is.
And there's been a lot of shit in our fans lately.
Now, the reason I say that about London Hogan, because at one time of my life, I was London Hogan. I had no white friends. Tommy Wildfire Rich was my first white friend. And me and him, we the best of friends right now today. Tito Santana was my first Spanish friend. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was my first Hawaiian friend. And the list goes on.
Yeah.
See, so when I got into wrestling, I got friends that was non-black. Before I became a wrestler, and this don't mean you racist. It means that you never got involved. Just like there's a lot of people don't know anything about the gym. It's because they never really went to the gym. They probably walked by it or walked through it, but they never really worked out in a gym. They never joined a gym. They know about gym. They read about them. They've seen them. They know what it is, but they don't know the gym. Well, places are no different than people. If you don't hang with a person, but when we talk about race, this is one thing that we all got to learn how to do. If I'm talking about my life as a black man and my experience with policemen and other things, don't change the subject on me. Don't come to me with that crap where there's a lot of good cops. I don't want to hear that. Because all you're doing is ignoring my pain. When you see them kids riding, and all you can think about is the looting, you ignoring my pain. Everybody's not a looter.
No.
It's like if a KKK marched down the street right now, I'm not going to say white people. I'm not going to blame every white person on the planet for what the KKK
One group
do.
is doing, right.
I'm not going to blame every Muslim for what Osama bin Laden do. I'm not going to broad brush a whole race of people for the action of a few. To me, that's a shit disturber. I try to look at what is good about something. There's good and bad in everything on this planet. There's good and there's bad in everything. Good policemen, bad policemen, good black people, bad black people, good white people. You can't broad brush and say all black people are thieves and murderers.
There's good and bad in everything.
It's good in everything, not just in people.
In everything.
In everything. You can get a good house, you get a bad house, you get a good car, a bad car, a good pair of shoes, a bad pair of shoes, a good pair of pants. No, it's good and bad in everything. What I try to do is look at, not ignore the bad. I don't ignore the bad, but I put most of my focus on what the goodness that come out of something. What came out of this is the unity of future America. If you listen, everybody that speak against the protester, what you notice by everybody that talk against the protester?
I'm not sure.
Their age.
Oh, okay.
This protest is young versus old.
Yeah.
New ways of living, new America versus old America.
I think that's great for the future.
It's for because
30
America,
from 40 now, 30 or 40 years, look at what their point of view is going to be. Yeah.
It would have been separate. You're right there. About 30 years ago, there'd be a bunch of black kids marching by themselves. 30 years. If you look at old tapes of Martin Luther King, when Martin Luther King first started his march, it was all blacks. They sicked the dogs on them. They put water hose on them. They beat them with billy clubs. At the end of his march, if you look at the pictures, look it up, he had white people to march with him. There was no more dogs. There was no more beating up. There was no more water holes. Once the white people started marching with Martin Luther King. See, when we talk about civil rights in this country, one of the guy that started the civil rights movement passed up the presidency for it. He was what was his name? Oh shit! It was right on the tip of my tongue. I forgot. John Quincy Adams. John Quincy Adams could have been president, but because he defended these African slaves and helped them to get back to Africa, he lost his chance of being president. The next, he was white, John Quincy Adams. The next white civil rights worker was a guy by the name of John Brown. He was lynched for trying to help black people. And I'm talking about the 17 and the 1800s. The next civil rights movement I've got, I did a picture of him upstairs. On your next segment, I'm gonna bring the pictures down and show the people.
All right.
That guy name is Abraham Lincoln. See?
Yeah.
So the only people that get credit for what happened good for black people are black people. And the only people that get credit for what happened to black people are white people. And when a white person do something for black people, he don't get mentioned. So when we think of civil rights movement, we only think of it as a movement, we only think about Martin Luther King. What about all the whites that marched with Martin Luther King? What about all the governor, Reagan, they gave him the Medal of Peace of Honor, right? That was the president was white, giving this black guy a Medal of Peace of Honor.
Yeah.
So with white people do not get credit for the good things they do for blacks. Because to control this great nation of ours, there's one thing that every leader does. It's called divide and conquer. As long as they keep us fighting among ourselves and not together, that's what is so scary to the older generation when they see these kids marching of all ethnic background. When you talk to some people, they say, oh, like London, she didn't see nothing but black people this year.
Nope.
Nothing else. But when you look at it for yourself, if I'm wrong, somebody, please tell me. I don't just see blacks out, I see white kids too. We should be proud of these kids, not demonize them, because they've shown up when America fight in the future. It's not going to be a black fight. It's not going to be a white fight. It's not going to be a Japanese fight or a Spanish fight. It's going to be a people fight. And that's what I see outside of the looting. I can focus on just the looting because that's what I want to see. I don't want to see kids, future American people working together. I'm here in Maine, and I'm married to a white woman. See? Now, there's places I can go in this country, where that would not be acceptable. And it got nothing to do with the neighborhood. I can go to a black neighborhood, and they would not accept my wife. I go to a white neighborhood, and they would not accept me. The kids coming up today, they was not raised separately. If everybody over the age of 50 stopped by, when I first came to New York, and Boston too, you have an Irish neighborhood, you had a Chinese neighborhood,
Italian.
you had an Italian neighborhood, and we even lived in separate neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, what, 30 years ago?
Not too long ago, yeah.
Not too long ago. But all the kids that were born in the late 90s, the early 2000s, they was raised together. They go to school together.
And it could make for a better future as a result of it.
This is not bad what we look at. Oh yeah, you got some bad entities to everything. But when you look at the goodness of this protest compared to the badness, the badness is about 10%, 90% is good. But the 90% is what is being ignored. Not only it's not being ignored by people of color, it gets ignored by, like you said, the media.
Yeah.
The media focus on, like I told Dan the other day, I said, if you want to see a mixture of marchers, look at CNN or MFCB. If you just want to see black people and looting, look at Fox News. They're not going to show you nothing else. See?
Oh, good point.
Yeah, Fox, You could turn on Fox right now. They talk about the looting. That was last week.
Yeah.
It's peaceful now. Fox ain't talking about now. They don't want that. That ain't their agenda. Their agenda is just separateness because they love to complain. They got to have something to complain about. See? They got to have something. Now, on the other hand, on the liberal station, they don't have to look for nothing to complain about. It's given to them every day on tweets.
Right.
They don't have to look for
easy,
it.
yeah.
Fox got to look for something to complain about. CNN don't. It is special delivery every day.
Free.
SD Jones come to them every day on Twitter.
All right, Tony, we're running out of time on this segment. One last question, though. Do you think that Linda Hogan even knows what AEW is?
I think Linda Hogan.
Do you think she was insulted that she's banned from these AEW wrestling events?
I don't blame them.
But do you think she even knows what it is?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, all right.
No, I don't think she do. I think you're right. She don't know what to say, and I don't blame her for banning her because.
Well, I have a lot of respect for Tony.
Well, Hogan. I hate the fact that they threw Hogan there because I said this once, and I would say it 1,000 times. Hogan is not racist. No freaking way on this earth. I could tell some stories about me and Hogan, and I know he ain't racist. I know damn well Hogan ain't racist, you know, because I don't want to put the bad business out there, but let's say
there was some business going on.
Well, let's say this: when it came to women, Hogan believed it's all pink on the inside.
It was like
Hogan don't have a
the
racist
vanilla
bone.
chocolate swirl dairy ice cream.
Don't have a racist bone in his body. But you see, now this is for our brothers out there. If you don't want people to use the N-word, don't you do it. This is America. You can't tell one person they could say something and tell another person he can't say nothing because of his color. When you say that Hogan was wrong for using the N-word, he's only wrong because he's white.
It's a word of hate no matter who says it.
Well, if you just target one race with it, then you are just as much of a racist than what you're trying to call him.
I don't think anyone would say it to a white person.
It don't matter. If Hogan was black, he could use it all day long.
But I don't think, in my opinion, from my point of view, I don't think it should be spread out at all. I think eliminate the word.
Yeah, but I'll agree with you 1%. But my point that I'm trying to get you to see.
Right.
No, you was right.
Oh.
I'm not disagreeing with you. You are exactly right. It should not be used at all. You are exactly right. But there's two sides to a coin.
All right. What's the other?
Hogan got in trouble for using the word because of the color of his skin.
Right.
No other reason. That just as much of being racist as the word and everything else. You can't discriminate against a person because they color.
All right. Good point.
He was discriminated against because he was his color. If he was Snoop Dogg or 50 Cent, it's no trouble. Only because he was white, he was crucified for saying the word. That just like jumping on me for saying something, and every white guy in the world could use this word but me. And I said, why I can't say that? Because you white. That's like telling me I can't drink from that water fountain because I'm black. I can't use that bathroom because I'm black. I can't sit at this counter because I'm black. Whenever you tell one American you could do something and tell another American you can't, something wrong with that picture. Every American should have the same rights. If black people don't get in trouble for saying it, white people shouldn't either.
All right. Well, wrestling fans, you heard it from the Hall of Famer himself, Mr. USA.
Because like you said, nobody should be using it.
That's my point of view, but
so
I'm just one
a black
person.
guy should get in just as much trouble for it as a white guy, if you want to do it fair.
I just think if the goal should be to eliminate hate, get rid of the word completely.
Yeah, but if you're going to punish white people for using it, you should punish black people for using it too.
All right, wrestling fans, don't forget we got some great items available on eBay. Help keep wrestling legends like Tony working. He's available for personal appearances. He's available for the commission.work. He's got the personal phone calls. He's got art prints. He's got a little bit of everything. We got great Wrestling Insider episodes coming up from Atlas Estates. in Auburn, Maine, along with the Atlas World News. You never know what Tony's going to say.
You
what
sure
Tony's gonna think.
Tony don't even know what he's going to say.
You don't even know how he's going to say it sometimes.
I don't even know. He didn't come out of there, baby.
You love his pronunciation. For Tony Atlas, I'm Dan Marati. We'll see you next time. Good night.